So welcome back to another video. It is week 6 of the big factory move and I am in old Shadow Foam unit, taking out the mezzanine. Big old job this, because this mezzanine I put in 3 separate stages, so you can kind of loosely see, but I did a rear mezz, there's a line here, so I did like a rear section with a staircase, and then I liked the idea so much I put in another section across the back, and then I just bit the bullet and did the whole thing. Upstairs we had all of the huge stacks of Shadow Foam all piled up. I'll put in a clip of what it looked like, and then downstairs we had all the CNC machines, all the manufacturing. We made the most of the space, we used every nook and cranny in here, but it's time for it all to come down. So, me dad and Dylan are here with me today, all day. A few lorry loads back into of the remaining stuff, and then take all the mezzanine down. So, best get on with it.
I'll tell you what, that really fire, wouldn't it? Let's go start the fire.
So it's Wednesday morning and we are making massive progress in the old Shadow Foam factory. As you can see, half of the mezzanine is all clear of boards. And over here, me dad and Dylan are working hard at taking the rest of the boards up. We've also taken all of the foam now over to the new factory. That is all gone, plus a load of other stuff has gone. And then we've taken down the big ladders, pallets and pallets of boards already. And then once all of the boarding's down, and those boards weigh a ton, I can tell you, it'll be taking all the steel work down. And then that will be pretty much the last big job. It'll then just be transporting it all to the new factory, and then we can hand the keys back. I've got a couple of weeks left here, but ideally I'm not running it to the wire like the last unit, unit 80. But it'd be nice to get this one all closed off, because then I can put my full focus back on Winsford again, which is amazing. But I have had to set up a temporary set. I'll have to just walk the plank to get to the staircase. So I'll just yoink across this. So if I go downstairs, you'll see a little bit of the behind the scenes. I've been putting all of the boards over here. So you've got all the boards we've taken up so far, all neatly stacked. This is where the CNCs used to be. And then most of the stuff's gone now, to be fair. It's looking much, much empty down here. And then for anyone who's been following the Whatnot streams on Monday evening, this was the old brew room. And this is where I was doing the show the other night. And it went really well. And that's where Jess has been packing up the orders, temporary packing station. So this room is going to remain, you see. So it doesn't matter about this one. I can leave it as it is pretty much, and we can keep operating. So we'll be using the space up until the very last minute, but that doesn't stop us having to take it all down. So the plan for today is take all the mezz down as much as we can and do a few more looping van trips back into to Winsford, hopefully clear some more stuff. So let's get to it. Now, as you can imagine, that's a big job. So I think now is a great time to discuss this week's sponsor, Lumi Bricks. Lumi Bricks is a fun after-work challenge that to me is like the next step up from putting together a Lego set. So I've got the Lumi Bricks Spa Cabin L9096. This set cost me £107 for a 2,000 plus piece original design, plus the included lighting kit. It's got some hidden little features in it apparently. It said a few cool things to look out for. It's got details in the interior and lights inside it, lights along the front, and all the lights apparently go in some nice little bricks. Right, let's get into it. Wow, you even get some tools with this set.
So there we have it, that is all built, and I can tell you what, I was well impressed with the wires. They're all totally hidden, and they have these special little bricks with cutouts in to kind of thread the wires through. All of the wiring plans were in the step-by-step process, so as you're building it, you're threading the wires in. And it's really, really satisfying little set, and great to see it all built. It took about 5 hours, so I split it over 2 evenings to make it manageable, but it was a really enjoyable build.
I like how it's not just putting together a dual building, there's loads of detail, loads of little rooms and scenes inside. This set has a spa, a sauna, and even an ice hockey rink. I particularly like the printed bricks that add little details, like this one here looking like fog in the sauna. It's more affordable than I expected, but doesn't feel cheap. The building experience is still smooth and satisfying, and the results speak for themselves. The instructions are flawless and all the bags are numbered, so it's a very easy and satisfying build. This set would make a great gift for this time of year, given the winter theme.
And if you're interested in the Lumi Brick set, right now is a great time to get one because Lumi Bricks are running a Black Friday offer from November the 20th to December 1st. And Lumi Bricks have also hooked us up with a full set for a giveaway. So if you want to get involved, drop a comment down below, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
And click the product links below and we'll reveal the winner in 2 weeks' time. Thanks again to Lumi Bricks for sponsoring the video, and let's get back to the factory. So we are getting somewhere now, to be fair. That is, I'd say, 2/3 of all the boards taken up and all lifted down onto the floor as well. Lots of ferrying stuff down with the forklift, but it's all down there pretty much, other than this last section of board. And I've done another couple of runs to Winsford as well, but I've got to go over there now to get the new reach truck. I've just had a message, the new reach truck's arriving, so hopefully that is going to solve my problem with the high racking. So best head back to Winsford and get that. So I've got my new truck. It arrived on the wagon before I was even here. I'm so much back and to from Northwich to Winsford. I actually missed the delivery, but it's here. And it's a smart looking thing, Yale reach truck, 2016. Got it from a place called Spray Trucks Limited out near Leeds. Found it on Facebook, £4 grand, can't be bad. It looks really great. I mean, the problem is with these things, you never really know how well they're gonna do because it's basically the batteries is the main cost of it. And it's hard to tell with an old truck how much life you can get out of the batteries. But I sent a video and some pictures to the guys who service our forklifts currently, and they give it a bit of a thumbs up. They told me a few things to watch out for. I asked a few questions and hopefully we've got a good one, but there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna have to give it a few goes, get some parts lifted up, and then all being well, I'll get a full service on it and get a LOL certificate on it, and then it'll be good to go for the rest of the team. So let's give it a test. It's tricky to get the hang of this, you know. My reach truck, you raise me up, my Yale reach truck, to 6.5 meters, which is just enough for me. That is good, that, isn't it? That is very, very handy. So I think this truck is a little belter. Had a couple of teething issues. We had to leave it turned off for about 10 minutes, but it was left out in the rain, so I think it might have needed to dry out, but so far it's running pretty well. We've put a couple of pallets up, but we're not going to be using it properly until it's had its full service from Northwest Handling Solutions. Legend over there, Mick, is coming out on Monday. He's going to service this, give it its LOL certificate, properly check it all over, and we've got to get a couple of our guys, including Tim on the camera, is reach truck license. So I think you can have a normal forklift license to drive this, but it's a different kettle of fish. It does feel very different to the normal forklift, and you can have a reach truck course to basically make sure you're up to speed with all the safety and all the little differences that make a reach truck. Firstly, I'm sat sideways, which is pretty mental, and you've got a tiny little spinny wheel rather than a normal steering wheel, and it all feels a little bit more responsive, which is takes a bit of getting used to. So 3 of the team here will be going on the reach truck course, but I think that'll do me for putting pallets up, and I think we've solved that problem. So on to the next problem. Now, one thing we weren't expecting, well, we were expecting the front part of our building to be knocked down, as you can see, but we have had a couple of challenges. I'll show you, you might be able to guess. There's one of the challenges right there, and there's the other challenge up there. They've dug through our water twice when they were demolishing the building and took the water out. We also had a little bit of problem with these cables across the floor. You can see there, the fibre box was disconnected. Our BT fibre line came in there at the front of the old building that's been knocked down, and it was cut through, and we've had a bit of problem with internet. You can see all of the cables dangling down, but it's just one of the obstacles of moving units, to be honest, one of the challenges that you face, and we managed to just about get back online with a 5G router and keep production going. But I tell you, it's one thing after another, but all of this is going to be re-landscaped, not by me, but by the landlord. So it'll all be car parking spaces, all done nice, and then there's a couple of new buildings going next to ours, glass-fronted retail buildings, So that's quite exciting to see all the site all nice and tidy, all looking good. The big thing I'm excited for is this big gable end here. Once it's all clear, I'm gonna have a big light up shadow foam sign, so looking forward to that one.
Just so you can see what we're doing. Stripping all that out upstairs we are. If you look there, there's the door. We're taking the handrails off, all them boards up. We've done quite a lot. Dylan's having a lie down. And then we've gone from there, from them stairs, right the way across over there. Took all that out. Took all that out yesterday. So we got loads done yesterday and we're cracking on with this other one today. So we've got the handrail to take off and then the rest of them boards. They're all unscrewed. Just want lifting up and putting up pallet.
There we have it, that is it for another week and loads of progress. We've made massive headway on the old shadow foam unit, taking all the mezzanine down, and while I've been doing this and getting all this place clear, the other side has been getting more organised. The reach truck's in, loads of progress, but still a lot more to do. And I'll show you the most exciting thing. Whew, bit sketchy up here, I have to say. We have nearly entirely cleared the shadow foam unit. All I've got left really is pallets of building materials. We've got all the pallets of board, and that's pretty much it really. All the cables have come down, all the lights have come down. Dylan was on that all day, but we've made a lot of progress. So there's not much left now. Once I've cleared, I think I've got one more Luton trip. I think I've done 15 Luton van trips back into this week, clearing out all the stuff, including all the whatnot tools. So I've got one more big van full, and then I've got one trip to the scrapyard, and then it can take all the mezzanine down. And all the back building is handing back. So whew, I feel like we are very nearly there. We are very close to having this unit boxed off, so I can't wait. Dylan, been a legend, and my dad here helping me get all this sorted. I couldn't do it without all the team and my family. They have been amazing. But there's still a lot to do, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell icon, because we've got another exciting vlog next week, a lot more happening, and I think hopefully I get to hand the keys back to this place, and then I can put my full attention over at Winsford. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
You've won another Brucey bonus.
So it's Sunday and I've had to come down, fix a couple of problems, and one of them was create a means of, well, create a doorbell basically. Something to let the guys inside know that a courier is waiting. So I've installed this little solution. I've got a siren off Amazon. For now I've just kind of jerry-rigged it off a socket, so it's gonna be nice and loud, and hopefully that'll solve the problem temporarily. Might have to come up with something better long term, but I'm pretty happy with that. On to the next job.